Hello and welcome to, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Thomas and Friends, The Wonders of Sodor. Now, generally my channel, I shouldn't say generally, my channel pretty much is dedicated to cars, trucks, racing, boat related stuff. Um, and those were all things that were part of my, life growing up when I was little. And um, sorry, I was looking at something. Um, but also growing up, the little blue tank engine with the number one painted on his side was a huge, huge part of my life. I mean, to the point where the tapes and DVDs and the various model versions of Thomas and everybody um, is, I grew up with it. And when I saw that this was going to be a thing, I was like, what? It's 2026. They're making a Thomas the Train game. Because I have the old PC games from late 90s, early 2000s, like the one, I think it was called Day Out with Thomas. I might be wrong. He had this big, awkward controller thing that sat on uh, the keyboard, and it had a throttle and a whistle and a thingy where you would change the direction of the track and everything. And there was that one. Then there was called Thomas and Friends Building the New Line. I really liked that one when I was little. Um, Thomas and Friends, The Trouble on the Track, I think, is the one. It was kind of a mini game centered deal where James crashes and then you have to go through all these steps to rebuild him and all this stuff. And then there was one that was another kind of mini games sort of oriented one. I cannot remember what it was called. Um, but a storm hits the island, and your whole task is to basically rebuild the island. I think that there was one or two others, but those were all games that were not, they were kind of their own entity. Whereas this has a recreation of several of the classic era Thomas the Train stuff, which is what I grew up on. Um, and I did play around with this just for a few minutes, just kind of familiarizing myself before I started this. Um, and it's weird that I'm an adult man who is about to play a Thomas the Tank Engine game, something I haven't done for several years. I think I played one or two of them a few years ago, just out of boredom one day. But let's see here. Oops, that's how you moving around the thing, and then that's all the stations, blah blah blah. You go there for stories. Um, so if I click on this, can adjust. This is how you do the free or the free roam. I don't know why I said pre. The free roam stuff. Click on that. Now I went for the basic version. I didn't go for the enhanced version for James just because I didn't want to. And so you set up, you're at a station, you got people walking around. Click there, spawn train. And growing up, the Big Blue Express engine was always my guy. Gordon was my favorite. Gordon and Henry were my two favorites. And speaking of Henry, I chose let's see, click there, and there he is in all of his glory. Now, let's see. You hop in here. Okay, that was just me playing with the whistle because how freaking cool is it that I am inside of Gordon? That sounded really, really freaking weird when I say it like that. Anyway, change my direction, and you just slowly push that forward, and that makes him go. And you can go to the outer view too. What's kind of weird is it's like, a racing or a driving game, whereas the controllers, your trigger buttons or R buttons, whatever you want to call them, dictate what he does. How am I doing? And when I was playing around with this earlier, this is where I ran into an issue was, it says stop and wait. Well, I'm trying to get as close to it because I was doing it and nothing was happening. And so I was like confused as to why nothing was happening. See if I can't just inch a little bit closer because it gets pissed at me, pardon my language, but if I use foul language, maybe YouTube won't mark this and Twitch won't mark this for children. The game would get pissed at me and oh, people got on. Okay. Pause. Control. I can't. Sorry, I'm still familiarizing myself with this stuff too. Bum. That's all the movement stuff. That's to move the train. Now, I tried hitting the buttons to open and close the doors, but nothing, it wasn't working for some reason, so. Okay, map. Okay, I am there. I don't know which way I'm supposed to go. Oh, nope. Step up. Close the door. Signal is still red, so I don't know. Let's see, but if I do this, I think I'm supposed to hold the button down. Do my... Nope. Ah, there we go. Okay, my coaches did open. Okay. Before, the coaches wouldn't open for some reason, so close that, stand there, close the doors, and it's making me sit and wait. I don't know why it's making me sit and wait, but maybe if I inch forward a little bit. I don't want to get too close because it'll... That's changing gears. Flashlight. Oh, interesting. They just added little things you could play around with. And you can sit on each side of the train and drive. Well, I shouldn't say that. You can just hang out over here. I think you can drive from this side, but that's it. because you can't break all the other stuff. All the good stuff that makes him go is over there. I'm just kind of rambling here and playing around with this, and I'm not used to doing voiceovers, so um, well, let me go up. Oh, cool! It lets me go up here, looking out over the tracks. Oh, yeah, you're restricted on where you can go. Why is that? Okay, this is going to bother me. I noticed this earlier. The coach is backwards. The conductor section should be back here, and then this section should be flush to this side of the coach, or to that coach, I mean. Oh, la di da di da. Go back over, and you can walk across the track, but um, I'm just walking along here out of boredom, to tell you the truth. Um, oops. Bu 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 bum. Yeah, so I'm gonna sit here and try to make him see if I can't get this signal to change, and then try to go. So, yeah. See, that's what I mean. It makes me, I inch closer to it, and then it dings me, and it gets pissed at me. So, um, right. So, I'm gonna try again. Actually, you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna go back to the menu, and I'm gonna try to play around with one of the other. Let's click on the exclamation point. Introduction to Sodor. I don't want to do the introduction to Sodor. Let's go to there. Farquhar Quarry. Shunt trucks into the correct order at Farquhar Quarry. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's give this a try.
Welcome to the shunting challenge. As you can see, these trucks are all out of order and need to be put back into their proper places. You should try to get the truck shunted in as few moves as possible to increase your score.
Oh, great. Puzzle games. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to shut. There is really a lot. You got to do a lot with this. I mean, I would imagine this is what I don't work for a railroad, obviously, but this is obviously what they must go through, having to stop and go and stop and go, um, or at least they did on the show. I remember. Oh, ah, damn it! It was set to the right thing, and I went the wrong direction. Backing up, backing up, backing up, backing up. Switch that while I'm thinking about it. Go set the frickin' points back. I am smart enough to know my right from my left. I'm not an idiot. Um, okay, let's try this again. Okay, I've had enough of this. This is going to be too tedious for a first time attempt. Oh, god damn it. I keep hitting the wrong buttons. Towns, villages, stories. Stories, far, far quarry, blah, 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 Hills Bridge. Let's try this. Oh, let's go with the old classic Thomas Goes Fishing. Silly concept for an episode when you think about it, but
Thomas goes fishing. When Thomas puffed along his branch line, he always looked forward to something special. The sight of the river. As he rumbled over the bridge, he would see people fishing. Thomas often wanted to stay and watch. One day, Thomas stopped as usual to take on water at the station by the river. Out of order? Bother! I'm thirsty. Never mind, Thomas, said his driver. We'll get some water from the river. They found a bucket and some rope and went to the bridge.
good lord. Good lord, I don't believe this.
That's good, puffed Thomas happily.
It's weird that I'm not hearing Ringo or George Carlin, because those were the two guys that I grew up with, narrating Thomas primarily. And it's odd for me to not hear their voices. It's kind of weird to hear the new guy, Mark Morgan or Morgahan, whatever it is, however you pronounce it. odd. You would think you just loaded, supposedly loaded passengers. You would think that there would be people in the coaches.
Suddenly, Thomas began to feel a pain in his boiler. "Oh dear," groaned Thomas. "I think I'm going to burst. I've got such a pain. I've got such a pain." They stopped just outside the last station, uncoupled Annie and Clarabel, and ran Thomas, who was still groaning, onto a siding right out of the way. Then, while the guard telephoned for an engine inspector, the driver found a notice with large letters, which he hung on Thomas in front and behind. Danger, keep away. Soon the inspector and Sir Topham Hatt arrived. "Cheer up, Thomas," they said. "We'll soon put you right." The driver told them what had happened. "So the feed pipe is blocked," said the inspector. "I'll just look in the tanks." He climbed up and peered in. Then he came down. "Excuse me, sir. Please look in the tank and tell me what you see." "Certainly, Inspector," replied Sir Topham Hatt. He clambered up, looked in, and nearly fell off in surprise. "Inspector," he whispered, "can you see fish?" "Gracious goodness me! How did the fish get there, driver?" "We must have fished them from the river with our bucket," replied Thomas's driver. "Well, Thomas, you and your driver have been fishing. But fish don't suit you. We must get them out." They all took turns fishing in Thomas's tank, while Sir Topham Hatt looked on and told them how to do it. "Never mind, Thomas," said Sir Topham Hatt. "You will be all right now. There's no need to worry yourself any more. But," he added, "I do hope that you and your driver won't go fishing again, as I don't think it suits engines. Do you?" "No, sir," said Thomas sadly. "Engines shouldn't go fishing. It's too uncomfortable." Thomas and Bertie. One morning, Thomas was waiting at a junction when a red bus arrived. "Hello," said Thomas. "Who are you?" "I'm Bertie. Who are you?" "I'm Thomas. I run the branch line." "So you're Thomas, eh? I remember now. You got stuck in the snow. I took your passengers and Terence the tractor pulled you out. I've come to help you with your passengers today." "Help me?" said Thomas. "I can go faster than you." You can't, said Bertie. I can, huffed Thomas. I'll race you, said Bertie. Their drivers agreed to the race going ahead. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Come along, come along. We're coming along, we're coming along. Please, hurry. We need to get back up to speed if we are going to beat Bertie. Hooray! I've done it! Well done, Bertie. Perhaps you are faster than me after all. Maybe we should race again to see if I can beat you next time. I'll be ready to race you any time, Thomas.
Well, that's a bit embarrassing to tell you the truth. I lost. Let's go to the main menu because I really want to try the free roam mode with Gordon because I mean Gordon is my dude, man, and it's driving me nuts. I can't play as him. To tell you the truth. Let's play around with this. Well, not that much fog, but there we go. We'll go for some rain. No snow. Slight breeze, maybe. Because we're gonna be going to the harbor, so. Come on, speed up. And there we go. And we'll go early. This is kind of challenging. I'm mildly surprised. I mean, it was kind of marketed towards older fans of the show, but I am quite surprised, really, at how I didn't think it was going to be quite this much to it, I guess is what I'm saying. God, I'm talking about a kiddie game like it's a shooting game, and I suck at shooting games. Apparently, there's little objectives too of stuff you can collect. I didn't. I'm not even looking for them. I'm just running across them and then getting them. So I did this backwards. He should be facing the other direction. I've got him facing towards a dead end right now. Really brilliant on my part. Okay, restart. Yes, no, I don't want to restart the game. Oh, I guess I need to get out of. Oh, crap. Those coaches. Get out of that. Okay, let's try this again where he's facing the right. Oops, I accidentally muted myself there for a sec. Gordon, blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Nope, I don't want him facing that way. Okay. Now let's open the coaches again. Oops, wrong way. Nah, damn. Keep hitting the wrong button. It's really irritating that he doesn't want to move. Or it won't let me move, I guess I should say. There's got to be a overview. No, I don't want to do overview. No, that doesn't help. That doesn't help. That doesn't help. Settings. No, that doesn't help either. Okay, I'm going to look this up quickly. Okay, I'm a moron. You gotta read. I didn't read. I need to read. I need to read. I feel like a moron. The damn thing just froze. Unbelievable.